Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday. And I have a couple photos of Ava at the Taylor Swift concert yesterday in Phoenix last night. And this is a huge, exciting event for her. And I love the photos. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to use black and white or color, so I'm going to use both. This is the original. I'll try to hold it so that you can see it without glare. The original has these two striped papers, and they're kind of opposite of one another. They're torn on the side, and then there are a couple photos and a cluster of stars and a few other embellishments around. And I saw when Rebecca Meadows did her version of this, she did butterflies instead of stars. So I've got a whole slew of butterflies here. I'm using Spectrum Sherbet, and I'll show you. I've punched the butterflies out of the Tidal Wave and Strawberry Lemonade laser cut elements. So I have both colorways there. I have a slew of titles, and I haven't decided which one I'm going to use. It kind of depends on when I get the total composition there, what looks good. I'm leaning towards Best Time, but there's also Amazing, Joyful, Awesome, and Believe, because when the tickets went on sale, she was just, crazy to try to get tickets. And as you may recall, the ticket sales kind of broke the internet there for a while. And her parents had her convinced that there was just too much chaos and there was no way they were ever going to get tickets. So, but in fact, her mom had spent about 8 hours on a site to buy tickets, and she was able to get them because she didn't care what location. She just booked them in Phoenix, and we live in Georgia. So that was going to require some traveling and a hotel and so forth. So Ava's dad and mom and I kind of got together and got them there, and they're still in Arizona, I think returning tomorrow. But she is one happy girl. And in addition to the 49 and Market goodies, I have these Bramble Fox packets. These are the cool stars, and these are the XOXO hearts. And I've pulled out a pretty XOXO that I think is going to go with particularly one of the butterflies, this one. And I'm going to try to maybe locate them closer together. And I have this star just as a nod to the stars in the original. So I'm going to put these things away, and I'm going to get busy here. What I've done, this is some packaging from the Spectrum Sherbet collection, and I'm going to turn it like this so that the pink's down here on one and so forth. I'm going to do, I think, I'll put that way, and then I'll put this way. And what I'm going to do is, instead of tearing, I'm just going to really distress and bend this paper. I hate to lose any of it, and I think I have room with the size of my photos. I think. And so I'm just going to kind of bend it up that way and let a little bit of the underside show, maybe do a tear or two, and then I'm just going to glue her down. going to do this, and I'm going to tuck the other one underneath it. Make sure it lines up, because I'm famous lately for things not lining up. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead. I think that will work. I'll raise that a bit, but I want to do the same treatment on the edge here. And this gives the full spectrum of colors. I'm using both the cool and the warm palettes in this collection, and as you may know, I absolutely adore the collection, even though, and I've had a couple of people ask me, aren't those colors a little bit pastel-ish for you? You just can't, I can't explain why that does not bother me. Because there are, you can see that each of these is a reproduction of the solid-ish pattern or papers that are in the collection. And that kind of shows that there's some vibrancy in some. Okay, so that's about all of the distressing that I'm wanting to do there. I'm going to put the photos and then build the butterflies around. I've stapled the photos together, kind of at a wonky angle, and then I've put foam just in the center so that I can tuck things under. So I'm going to kind of do that so that they're both a little bit angled. And I'm thinking that my title will go somewhat here, so that I kind of need something right here. And I want this cluster of this see if I can get that under there. I'm going to do this cluster with the film strip and the tickets, kind of like so. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put them down. Kind of like that, and I'll kind of distress these a little bit, bend them, have them look like used tickets. Okay, there. And then I want to pick a small butterfly in a pretty color to go right there. And then I can do the title underneath that. I'll have it overlapping the photo. Now, I'm not putting any foam on these. This is a different kind of cardstock, and they're fairly stiff. So I think they'll be, and I'm going to leave that there as a placeholder so I remember not to scrap over it. I have this that I want to put there. Anyway, the butterfly's wings will stand up okay without foam. And let me get a big butterfly kind of down in this corner that balances that cluster there. And I'm going to add a something from the cool side of things down in here. I'm going to mix them up. And I'm not really going to intentionally stagger sizes, but I think just naturally my eye will lead me towards having the larger ones close to the photo and the smaller ones. So here is where I want to put this guy. And I want this maybe right there. I love these little XOXO perspectives. They're just gorgeous. And then the star, I thought, could go down here, maybe here in this, kind of making it part of that cluster. And because she's our baby squirrel, I have a baby squirrel that is one of the ones that was punched or die cut for me and sent to me by Suzanne Madison. I might want to have some foam under that. Let me cut a small piece of foam to get it to stand up above that ticket. And the reason I'm doing that is that I don't want it to blend in, and I want the dimension to make it stand out. And I can kind of do that because the colors are fairly similar. Okay, there is a flair in the original, and I have this piece of flair that is actually a piece of art that Ava did when she was in elementary school. And it has sunflowers. I'm going to kind of sneak it in right there. I have a sunflower here, which is another, we get, there's a Calvinball point for sunflowers, and I need to have a sunflower there because I know that her Crappa would be very excited about her getting to do this. I'm going to put this up on some foam as well, and then I'll start adding in more butterflies. I want to be sure I have some of the other elements in there before I do all of the butterflies. And I kind of want to sneak the bird, which is definitely a Calvinball point thing. So now let's do some more butterflies. I think this is my favorite butterfly in the whole collection. This lime green with the black accents. I just love it. And so I'm going to balance it with this pink one that also has a lot of black. I pulled out all the butterflies with, no intention of using them all, but to have enough to pick from. Okay, here is one that looks like it wants to be on the flower. I'm going to use a different color for the flower, but it's facing the wrong way. Well, I will use it anyway. I'll put it right there. And now let's see, do I have another pink one? I do. I have this pink, and I'm thinking I want a pink one to go there. And I have another green. Let me pull a pretty orange one. And I'll put it, let's see, seems like we need one right over in here. And I can have it coming out from behind the tickets. That seems like a good idea. And here's an orange one with the black accents. That's really beautiful. I'm going to put it up here. Every one of these bright colored butterflies just stands out so beautifully against the black or the white background. I just love them. Okay, so there's a little small one. I'm kind of getting where I need to pick my title here. It could be amazing or best time. The B in best time doesn't cooperate with that flair. This is really calling my name. I think that's my title right there. I like the pink. What can I say? It kind of brings that brighter color down into the field there. And I have this little strip of green lace that I was planning to use, but I think I'll skip that. If I were using the green title, where that B wouldn't have worked, or the joyful, I might have used it, or the blue, I might have used it. So now I'm just going to fill in butterflies, and then I'll put in some tiny elements. I've got this little orange butterfly that might be over here talking to the bird. And I need a yellow up here, I think. Maybe there. And I'm going to do a small blue one. And I've got a green. I might use all my butterflies. I'm going to go here with this, and then maybe also with this pink. Let's see. Yeah, and then I'll just let that be open, and I might do this heart kind of right here. Let's see. Anything else? I think I need a small butterfly over in here. Let's see, I'm getting a message. I'm going to go there. And do I need something here? Maybe this little orange one. Just kind of over here by the sunflowers. Curl it up. Okay, I think I'm done, except I have this little kind of a rhinestone sort of thing. It's like a water droplet almost. And I have some pink pearls that I don't use very often because they're a little bit hard to handle with my fat fingers, and they aren't very cooperative with tweezers either. But if I'm just using a few, might be worth the trouble. Of course, as I say that, it's going to prove me wrong. This is a very, I don't know, I love this layout design. And it's definitely simple to do. Let me answer real quick. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop with the pink ones. And now I have these little tiny green pieces of bling, which I'm gonna maybe put out in the field where I didn't use the pink. How about maybe there? Just a little touch of sparkle there. Okay, 1, 2, so I need something maybe down in here. There we go. Okay, I'm done. I will probably add some journaling on a companion page that I'll make to this. I have another photo of her, well, there's actually a video of her at the concert, so I'm gonna grab a still from that video, and then I have the concert schedule and her ticket. So I'll put those on another page, and that's where all the journaling will be. That one won't be the pretty page. This will be the pretty page. So I'm not going to mess it up with journaling. And although I may stamp a date on this just for the heck of it. So thank you for watching. And let me bring it up a little bit closer so you can see it. And as always, I will have close-ups on Instagram at Scrappy Kathy Y on Instagram. And if I am being, how do I say this? If I'm being good, I'll also put it on my Scrappy Kathy Facebook page with some, and it'll be posted on the Scrap Squad, in the Scrap Squad album for this week. Thank you for watching. Bye.